Hi, I am Anita Shah. We are discussing about the Akzo Nobel CSR case study in today's presentation, and we will be discussing about the CSR SWOT analysis and the audit of Akzo Nobel and Akzo Nobel CSR strategic contribution to competitive advantage and different competitor analysis. Coming to the introduction of the Asgo Nobel was founded in 1994. It's the chemical paint manufacturing at Amsterdam, based at Amsterdam, which operates globally around 80 countries. They have employees over 36,100 globally, and their revenue in 2022 is EUR 8.24 billion, and it has a 50% increase in comparison to 2021. The current CSR ESG rating through Sustainalytics show Asconobel is low risk company with a rating of 17, and it has a core values of people, paint, and planet, with the commitment to becoming a carbon neutral company by 2050. CSR is the corporate social responsibility, which is a business approach that contributes to sustainable development by delivering economical, social, and environmental benefits for all stakeholders. In this study, we will be using Carroll's pyramid of CSR for our case study, which describes about the economic responsibility, legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and philanthropic responsibility.
I will be presenting the evaluations we have conducted on Akzo CSR strategy. We began the evaluation process through a SWOT analysis, where we were able to understand the strong sustainability structure Akzo has to their business strategy. Over here, we have highlighted the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats that we have found out based on the CSR strategy that Akzo is carrying. We have then conducted an audit to identify if the CSR strategies they follow has given them the competitive advantage. We have based these strategies they follow based on the CSR framework Carol has defined, and we have used the sustainability solutions and by defining the values through the business mission and the KPIs they have set in order to achieve the business targets while positively contributing to the competitive advantage. In the next slide, I have defined we have defined the contribution of the CSR strategy that AXO carries has to their competitive advantage. And we were able to identify that the people, planet, paint are the basic of CSR strategy that AXO carries that do contribute to their competitive advantage. And I have highlighted how these strategies have contributed to the business through employee retention, talent acquisition, prioritizing health and safety of their employees, and contributing to the communities, uh, and also producing, finalizing their products on contributing to communities and sustainable product solutions. Next, my colleague will be explaining about the competitor CSR analysis.
So now we're going to analyze Akzo Nobel main competitors and their CSR strategy. We have chosen the competitors based on their revenue compared to Akzo. So first we have Sherwin-Williams based in Ohio, who provides paint and coating product and was founded in 1866. The company has a revenue of almost 20 billion in 2029. Their CSR strategy is based on building on the good, and their goal is to provide sustainable product to help the planet, driving sustainability through innovation and elevating a culture of safety, inclusion, and community. Then we have PPG, who's based in Pennsylvania, and who is a global supplier of paint, coating, specialty material, and was founded in 1883. PPG has a revenue of almost 14 billion in 2020, and their CSR strategy is based on protecting and beautifying the world, and their goal is to achieve 40% of sales from sustainable advantage product by 2025, and also to achieve an efficient use of resources, empowering employees, and collaborating with communities. Then we have Nippon Paint, who was founded in Japan in 1881 and is a paint manufacturing company who has a revenue of almost 4.5 billion in 2021. Their CSR strategy is evolving around growth with communities, education, and empowerment empowerment. Their goal is to provide education for children and youth, empowering skill and knowledge among communities, and enhancing the well-being of the community they operate with. So definitely the CSR strategy of each company give them a competitive advantage by improving the commitment and motivation of their staff, and fostering a positive brand image with stakeholders. However, the impact of the CSR strategy may vary. Indeed, Sherwin-Williams and PPG provide numbers concerning the CSR goals, which facilitate internal and external stakeholders to measure and understand the eventual progress of the companies, whereas Nippon fails to provide such information.
Discussing about the positioning metrics and CSR practices. Positioning metrics is a market research based evaluation model where a range of brands are evaluated based on the position in the market through a defined set of dimensions. In here, comparing Asco Nobel and their competitors like Nippon Paint, PPG, and Sherwin Williams, Asco Nobel is having a low ESG because it is having a high CSR practices. A lower CSR practice means high ESG sustainability ranking. In comparing to the Nippon Paint, it's having a low CSR practices, and it's having a high ESG sustainability ranking.
Over here, we have constructed a set of recommendations that we feel that will help Akzo to develop on their CSR strategy. Uh, Defining what strategic recommendations do, they will help an organization to understand their position and then to go forth in the coming years. Now, we have identified 4 strategic recommendations, which I will be presenting over here. Upon evaluating AXO, their CSR strategy, the competitor CSR strategy, governing bodies and certification rankings, and AXO's position, we were able to construct these as our recommendations towards AXO and on their CSR. Firstly, we have highlighted investing attention. With the current market being competitive, talent acquisition has been more valued in organizations' development. Employees tend to retain and thrive in environments they are given more prominence to perform, learn, and upgrade their skills and handle role-based authority. So further, losing a skilled employee may result in months of negative impact on productivity and additional expense of training replacement. So AXO should focus and show their efforts in employee engagement activities, upskill training and development, value appreciation, and that will give them a more impact on the this recommendation. Going into the second, investing in profit generating CSR activities. As rewarding as it is, engaging in CSR activities can affect the profit in an organization if it is not strategically placed and planned. So placing CSR strategically often means that engaging in CSR activities that are indirectly contributing to the profitability, such as marketing campaigns involving partners or stakeholders over the social engagement activities and involving the involvement of certifying bodies. Such activities placed in the right direction can guide the organization to profitability. Further, continuing into the third recommendation that we have highlighted is the effective digital marketing. To thrive in a fast digital paced generation, digital marketing is out of all other marketing metrics has proven to carry a significant improvement in profitability and in prominence in the market. Now, increasing involvement in social media sites, especially being active in LinkedIn, has the added advantage that could kickstart the noted first and the second recommendations. Attracting and retaining talent through LinkedIn has proven the effectiveness of this platform. Further showcasing your CSR activities through LinkedIn has the ability for it to reach a wider, more specific crowd than a general crowd. So the fourth and the last recommendation that we are proposing is involving of governing and certifying bodies collaboration in CSR activities, partnering with governing and sustainability standardizing bodies in CSR activities adds value in legal and ethical aspects and CSR governance. So additionally, such partnerships will enable them to increase profit, brand image, spread brand awareness, and also they will be contributing to the brand marketing, thus influencing competitive advantage.
About the about Akzo and the CSR strategies and spot analysis. And if you see that because of their profits and the goodwill, they are getting a good amount of money. So what they are doing with that one? So what they are planning for the future? That's the thing. If you see here, during the CSR strategy evolution and audit, it was identified that the company is based on the triple bottom line and has set successful performance metrics to evaluate sustainable outcomes. So if you see here, for the next 5 years, they have a target of hiring 30% of more females compared to what they have now. And if you see the planet, they are 50% less carbon emissions. Now they are using like little bit of carbon, so they are planning to decrease that. So they are making also the zero waste by 2030. And if you see the paint, 50% less carbon emission to in the fuel value change by 2030. And budget analysis are based on sustainable initiatives they have defined under core values, and the reporting figures have been used to purpose proposed budget for the upcoming periods as well. And if you see here, this is the next their budget plan for the next 10 years. So if you see here, the employee, 30% of our company's executives to be female. That's the plan for the next 5 years, as I already said. And the person who are hired already, they are giving them training so they can get an higher positions as well. Because if you join in one company, majority of the years you will be in the same position. But here they're giving them training so they can gain more knowledge and go to the higher positions as well. And the best thing is here health and safety. Every organization should have the health and safety as a part, because uh, if paint is an hazardous to health. So here, but in 2021, they just had 0.21% damage control. That's the biggest plus for them, and that's a goodwill for the employees, because if if the employees are taking care, so they will give the best outcome. So they will give the best outcome means the best profits and best product. And then the thing is Akzo Nobel care, caring for the society and the communities. So here the communities means they are giving them they are holding the giving education to the employees' sons, and also these are the goodwill they have performing as well. And the other thing is sustainable initiative. Here the planet, carbon emission in our own operations, and paint profit, sustainable coating solutions to increase the to decrease that they're trying to change their work in transition to 100% renewable electricity by 2030, cut our energy use by 30% by 2030. All these plans make them go ahead. So total budget for the next 10 years is around uh, 2 million, 20 million, 2 lakhs, 69,500 something. And if you see that the carbon emission is our own value chain, becoming more circular is to use at least 50% recycled content in the plastic package used by our decorative paints Euro business by 2025. So they are just planning to reuse the wastage. So this increases the wastage, and this decreases the usage of plastic as well.
So here we have the CSR strategies, and mainly while discussing about that, we have to say the CSR strategies adopted by ASCO. Mainly, they are concentrating on three pillars. That is the people, planet, and paint. And they are empowering through education. That means they are giving education to the training, skills, and livelihood. And the third one is community health. They are doing so much things to improve the community health. Example, by providing sex education, like that. So we can say that ASCO can eventually increase the CSR activities by providing education to those adults who need to or who are willing to study or who need to polish their skills, and they can adopt more strategies to reduce the pollution. And they are planning to increase the female workers by 30%. In order to they can acquire more they can acquire the participants. Saying about the second question, it is that which competitor is having the better CSR strategy. The main competitors of Akzo Nobel is BASF, PPG Industries are mainly concentrating on the future. They are concentrating on the future health, skills and resources. PPG Industries Limited is employees and to reduce the environmental pollution. And they are giving also importance to the environment and education. They are seeing education as a long-term investment and a sustainable growth. So, and coming to the Solve essay, Solve essay is thinking that the CSR strategy will contribute more to the company, and company can increase its development by contributing to the CSR strategies and CSR employees and the people. So while coming to the Nippon Paints, they believe that people is everything, and they are concentrating from individuals, and from individuals to the family, and from family to the community. So from smaller group to bigger group. So we can say that the CSS strategy adopted by the Nippon parents is the best from this. And these are all our presentation. Thank you.